Are ethics changing, or are they absolute? Do people invent their ethics, or are the standards for right and wrong things to be discovered? How can people tell the difference between right and wrong, good and evil? Are there any standards? Most humanistic ethics advocate some form of relativistic ethics. Whether invented by the individual or by the oppressed classes, they can be altered as the situations demand. Biblical Christian ethics, however, are absolute, grounded in the character of God.
I think that we cannot truly be good without God, because in the absence of God, good and evil as such do not exist. So without God, we cannot be good, but neither can we be evil without God. In the absence of God, everything is relative. Moral values are just expressions of personal taste, like I like vanilla, and somebody else says, well, I like chocolate. In the same way, someone says, well, I like love and mercy and compassion. Another person might say, well, I like sadism and cruelty and hurting people. And neither one is right or wrong. It's just an expression of personal taste.
The revealed ethical order can be the only true source of morality. Moral values are discovered, not invented by humans. C.S. Lewis, the famous apologist and writer, wrote, "The human mind has no more power of inventing a new value than of imagining a new primary color, or, indeed, of creating a new sun and a new sky for it to move in." Christian ethics are grounded in the character of God and are revealed in both general and special revelation, biblical law and natural law. The biblical worldview says that because humans were created in God's image, they have God's law built into their consciences. The Apostle Paul wrote in Romans 2:15 that all human beings have the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience.
Most people, even if they claim to be moral relativists, still have these intuitions about morality. For example, they know that it's wrong to torture children for fun, that you ought not to take from people what is really theirs, that we ought to treat other people fairly. I mean, many relativists who I know get upset at what they consider social injustice, which of course implies some sort of objective moral framework.
The special revelation of the Scriptures provides an unshakable foundation for understanding God's ethical order. While it is impossible for the Bible to address every moral dilemma, it provides enough principles and guidelines to discern right and wrong in all situations.
God has a special revelation in the Bible where He spells out in detail His law, such as in the Ten Commandments in the Old Testament, the Sermon on the Mount in the New Testament by Jesus, or Jesus' great summary of it. Love the Lord with all your heart, our vertical duty, and our horizontal duty, love your neighbor as yourself.
Christians must live according to these revealed ethics. The goal of the Christian is to be conformed to God's character and will.
The essence of Christian ethics revolves around the moral order of God. And as Francis Schaeffer would say, there are certain things that tick God off. And really the essence of Christian ethics is to figure out which things tick Him off and avoid them.